Namaskar. Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita. Kathamritam tapta jeevanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham shravanamangalam Srimadadatam bhuvi grunantiye burida jana. Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita Pratham Bhag Tritiyo Khundo or Tritiyo Porichhed, the third chapter of the third section of the first volume of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna in Bengali. And Sri Ramakrishna has come to Sinti Brahmo Samaj to take part in their semi-annual festivities. The great Pandit Shivnath is also there, and Sri Ramakrishna is extremely delighted to meet all these devotees, including Shivnath. Just a day earlier, he had spent such a wonderful time with Brahmos and especially with his beloved Keshav Chandra Sen on that steamer ride. And here, the very next day, on the 28th of October 1882, Saturday, Sri Ramakrishna has come to Sinthi Brahmo Samaj to attend in these festivities. And all the Brahmo devotees are so keen to listen to his nectar-like words. And in our yesterday's reading, we have seen how Sri Ramakrishna has delighted everybody by his talk of three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, as appearing in the worldly persons and as appearing in the devotees. The predominant sattva in a person, his house will be in shambles. Damaged corner, here damaged, there damaged, the passage is full of the bird droppings. He is not bothered. For him, it is just a dwelling place. Hmm. Just to stay there. The furniture is not well maintained, the walls are not well maintained. That is the sattva of predominant worldly man. The just predominant worldly man, oh, he will just talk, he'll show off. He will have that watch and golden chain, and his house will be absolutely spick and span clean with glittering furnishings. Not only inside, even the outside. And then the worldly tamasic person, nothing doing, totally lethargic, just sleeping. And then what are his main qualities? Lust, greed, anger, pride. He's filled with these qualities. So these are the three categories of people with predominant sattva, predominant rajas, and predominant tamas as far as worldly life. And Sri Ramakrishna told us about what is the sattva of a bhakta, of a devotee. He will have a very simple way of his devotion. Maybe he will sleep in the mosquito net and keep on uttering, doing his japam, on meditating on God, the chadar on his head, lying in the mosquito net, and people will start thinking, oh, he's still sleeping, must have not slept in the night, so he is getting up late. But there inside the mosquito net, that fellow is one with his Lord. It is the sattvic bhakti. Then Sri Ramakrishna told about Rajasic bhakti. That the person will wear a mark on his forehead, the Rudrakshamala, there will be a necklace in his neck. And that Rudrakshamala, maybe the beads of Rudraksha are tied up in a golden thread. Show off, yes. He wants to pamper the God with his show. Look, my dear mother, I am your bride. This is how I will present myself when the mother comes. All those beautiful things on the body. That is the devotional rajas. And that is when Sri M had ended the second chapter. Now we are on the third chapter, and M starts this third chapter with a shloka from the Gita, and a very prominent teaching, because Sri Ramakrishna is going to talk about tamas of the bhakti, the devotional tamas. And this in this shlok, the third shlok of the second chapter, Sri Krishna is castigating Arjuna. When Arjuna, at the end of the first chapter, when he was all dejected and frustrated, I am not going to fight, and he had just slumped into the chariot, and then Sri Krishna just shakes him up with these powerful words. Aibyam masmagama partha naitayyupapadyate Pudram Hrudaya Daurbalyam Utishta. Let us take help of Swami Chidbhavanandaji now. Klaibyam Masma Gama Partham. Klaibyam is importance, weakness. Ma Sma Gamaha. Do not get. Artha, O Arjuna. Naitva. No. Etat. Not this. Tvai. You. In thee. Upapadyate is fitting, is befitting. Chudram is mean, lowly. Hrudaya daurbalyam, the weakness of the heart, timidity. Hrudaya daurbalyam. So, having abandoned, uttishta, get up. Tapa, O scorcher of foes. Sri Krishna is in very strong terms. He is telling Arjuna, yield not, O Partha, to feebleness, to this timidity, this weakness. It does not befit you. You are a warrior, you are a brave warrior. This kind of weakling tendency doesn't suit you, it doesn't befit you. Cast off this petty faint-heartedness. Just throw away this weakness of the heart and wake up, stand up, O conqueror of the foes, O vanquisher of the foes. Such strong words Sri Krishna has reprimanded Arjuna. And that is how the Krishnopadesh starts actually from the second verse. This is the third verse. Very strong words to castigate Arjuna. Shun of your weakness, shun of your timidity. What is this nonsense? Nonsense in front of Sri Krishna? Nothing doing. Just give it up and stand up. Now, why this shloka possibly Sri M has incorporated here? Because the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna that Swami Shidbhavanandaji has mentioned at the end of this shlok is, he who is soft and weak-minded like the puffed rice soaked in milk, is good for nothing. You remember this narration we had read in our earlier readings, when Sri Ramakrishna was telling M about the greatness of Naren. He is of a sort of a guy. And when people go to inspect the animals, cattle in the marketplace, they have got a technique to judge when when the ox is, he has some stuff in it, stuff in him. What people do? People just pull the base of their tail, and the animal, the cattle, the ox, which has some stuff in it, some metal in it, just the moment you touch the base of the tail, you will just spring up. Who is that? So Sri Ramakrishna is telling M about this quality, about similar quality of this having some stuff inside him for Narendra, for his beloved Narendra. when they're coming back from that pukur back to Sri Ramakrishna's room. And Sri Ramakrishna also told, some people are like rice soaked in water, soaked in milk. No stuff. Hmm? You don't have to make any efforts to eat them. There is no body in them. So Sri Ramakrishna says, he who is soft and weak minded, like the puffed rice soaked in milk, is good for nothing. He cannot achieve anything great. The strong and virile one is heroic. He is the accomplisher of everything in life. And this is exactly the teaching that Sri Krishna is giving Arjuna in that third shlok of second chapter of the Gita, Klaibyam Masmagama Partha. So that is the reason. So he says, at least have some tamas in you. Even that is better as a devotee rather than being a rice soaked in milk with no stuff in it. So possibly that is the reason why Sri M incorporated started the third chapter with this slow, and now Sri Ramakrishna is going to talk about the us of devotee. Sri Ramakrishna. ভক্তির তম যার হয়ে আর বিশ্বাস জ্বলন্ত. When the tamas of a devotee is predominant, his faith is tremendous. It's a vibrant faith, fiery faith. And ঈশ্বরের কাছে সেরূপ ভক্ত জোর করে যেন ডাকাতি করে ধন কেড়ে লওয়া মারো কাটো বাঁধো এইরূপ ডাকাত পোড়া ভাব. Like a dacoit, when he starts shouting, when he has to loot somebody, he has to kill somebody and snatch away their property. How a dacoit will shout? Kill him, tie him up. That spirit. The devotee with us will behave like God. Oh God, how can you hide from me? I am your devotee. I am your son. Oh mother, how can you hide from me? That is the way the devotee will show off his anger, show off his tamas. And that is the way tamasic devotee will behave. And saying this, Thakur, Urdhvarushti, while narrating this tamasic tendency of a devotee towards his chosen ideal, suddenly Sri Ramakrishna's eyes started seeing upwards. ঊর্ধ্বদৃষ্টি তাহার প্রেম রসাভিক্ত কণ্ঠে গাইতেছেন, and with his throat filled with the nectar of love, he starts singing this song. This song is basically a tamasic attitude of a bhakta. So very apt to what he has said, very apt to the situation. Now Sri Ramakrishna starts singing this song. Goya Gonga Prabhashadi Kashi Kachi Kebachaye Kali Kali Bole Amar Ojopa Jyoti Phurai. Now, this is a song which a devotee is singing. That why to go to Gaya, Gonga, Bhas, Kashi? These are all the holy places. Gonga is of course Mother Ganga. Gaya is Varanasi, Prabhas, Kashi. These are all that holy place of Varanasi, Kashi, Naras. So a devotee says, what is the need for me go to these places if Kali Kali Bole Amar Ojopa Jodhipura, if uttering the name of Kali, my breathing stops. If I die, taking the name of Kali on my lips, what is the need for me to go to all those holy places? Ishondhya je bole Kali, puja shandhya sheki chai, সন্ধ্যা তার সন্ধানে ফেরে কভু সন্ধি নই পাই. What is the need for me to perform the ritual of Sandhya, the evening worship? And what is the need for? I have uttered the name of Kali. I utter the name of Kali at the morning, at dawn, in the noon, and at dusk. Sandhya. All the three times I keep on uttering the name of Kali. What is the need for me to do the ritualistic worship? Sandhya tar sandhane phere kobu sandhinai. The evening worship that itself will follow. My worship will follow my footsteps when I am repeating the name of my Kali, of my mother. The ritualistic worship will follow me. I need not do any ritualistic worship when I am uttering the name of my mother Kali. দয়া ব্রত দান আদি আর কিছু না মনে লয়ে মদনের ইয়াগ যজ্ঞ ব্রহ্মময়ীর রাঙ্গা পয়ে. Now, for me, there is no need to perform any charity, take any vows or alms giving. They no longer appeal to me. To me is Madan. Madan is the uh, writer of this devotional song. He is the poet. In Indian tradition, we have this in Indian poetry. We have this tradition of the texts. They writing their thing, including their name somewhere, like Ram Prasad's songs that we have had. He writes his name as Prasad or Ram Prasad. So here, Madan, the poet Madan, has included his name. That and there is no need. I don't get tempted. I don't have any appeal for performing any charity, for performing any sacrifices, performing any doing any alms giving. Hmm? But my worship alone is my surrender at the blessed feet of my mother. That is more than enough for me. My surrender. I have offered myself to my mother. What is the need for me to do all those nonsensical things of rituals and sacrifices and almsgiving and charity? No, they're not for me. I have sacrificed myself at the holy feet of my mother. দেবাদিদেব মহাদেব যার পঞ্চমুখে কালী নামের এত গুণ কেবা জানতে পারে না পারে তাই দেবাদিদেব মহাদেব যার পঞ্চমুখে গুণ গায়. Oh, now this fellow says, when you don't, who can conceive the power in the name of my mother Kali? Whose name? Even the Lord Shiva, the God of gods, Devadidev Mahadev jar panchomukhe gun gaye. He starts singing her praises with his five mouths. I mean, it is just a kind of pictorial this thing that the poet has said, panchomukhe, from the five mouths. But who can conceive the greatness of my mother Kali's name? Whose praises? Even Lord Shiva, he sings my mother's praises. He sings about my mother's praises. That is the greatness of my mother's name. I won't do anything. Why should I? I have taken my mother's name. How can, what is the need for me to do all those things, going to holy places and doing tapas and austerities and doing charities and doing almsgiving, doing sacrifices? No. Doing Sandhya, no. Sandhya will follow me. The ritualistic worships will follow me because morning, noon, dusk, I am uttering the name of my beloved mother. Thakur Bhabon Matto. Thakur is divine, intoxicated state. He's absolutely in bliss. যেন অগ্নিমন্ত্রে দীক্ষিত হইয়া গাহিতেছেন. As if he is initiated. Agni mantra, the mantra of fire, as if his singing is so fiery, as if he has got a boon of reciting, chanting the mantra of the Agni, the fire god. He's just brilliant, he's just vibrant, he's so God intoxicated singing this song. So that is how Sri M has started off the third chapter in Thakur, talking about the tamasic nature of a devotee. So we stop here now and we will take up Thakur's further saying on this topic in our next reading tomorrow. Till then, Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaaya. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Thakur. Jai Bhagavad. Jai Swami.